Hello everyone, welcome to Margi's initiative of Newspaper Simplified. We at Margi are emphasizing again and again on newspaper as a quality material which should be integral part of your UPSC preparation. The initiative of Newspaper Simplified will give a direction and approach how to make note on a particular topic which come in a newspaper. So, what happens when we do not prepare our own notes from newspaper is that we have to rely on market material, which results, as Chavan sir told us, in generalization, which ultimately result in a less mark in mains. So, in today's session, we will discuss one article on lateral entry in civil services. There is an article in today's Indian Express in explained section that lateral entry into bureaucracy, reason, process and controversy. Lateral entry into bureaucracy, reason, process and controversy. As well, there is one article in Mint, lateral entry inadequate to fill 22% vacancies gap in IAS post. So, if you have followed newspaper in February month, you should have come across various news items related to lateral entries. What is the context behind all these news items coming? So, in February, UPSC has issued advertisement seeking applications from talented and motivated Indian nationals willing to contribute towards nation building for 3 posts of joint secretary and 27 directorate in a central government departments. I again reiterate that UPSC is seeking advertisement for lateral entry for 3 posts of joint secretary and 27 of director in central government departments. So, first, before moving to our discussion, we have to link this topic in current to our syllabus point. So, what is our syllabus point? In GS2, we have role of civil services in democracy. Then, we have to also look at how UPSC has asked previous questions on this topic. There was a question in 2017, initially civil services in India were designed to achieve the goals of neutrality and effectiveness, which seem to be lacking in the present context. Do you agree with the view that drastic reforms are required in a civil services? Comment. Then there is a question in 2020 mains. Institutional quality is a crucial driver of economic performance. In this context, suggest reform in a civil service for strengthening democracy. So, what idea we get from these questions is that UPSC's prime focus on question on this topic of role of civil services in democracy is related to reforms in civil services. So, one of the area of reform is lateral entry. So, we will look into arguments in favor of lateral entry and argument against lateral entry. So, what are the arguments in favor of lateral entry? If you look at the various committees of governments or commissions, they have again and again reiterated in favor of lateral entry. One is Niti Aayog in its 3 years agenda have recommended in favor of lateral entry. Then there is a sectoral group of secretaries on governance. Sectoral group of secretaries on governance in its report submitted in 2017 recommended the induction of personnel at middle and senior management level in central government. Then second ARC also recommended the same. So, what is government stand on the lateral entry? Government says that basically it is not new for government. Its Minister of State for DOPT Jitendra Singh has stated that government has from time to time appointed some prominent persons for specific assignments in governments, keeping in view their specialized knowledge and expertise in the domain area. So, first stand by government it is that it is not new. If we look at the history, then people like Vijay Kelkar, Manmohan Singh, Monteng Singh Ahluwalia were lateral entrants who did great work in their respective fields. Then Jitendra Singh further stated that lateral entry is aimed at achieving twin objectives. What are the twin objectives? One is to bring fresh talents. Second, to augment the availability of manpower. So, we need manpower. Second, we need a fresh talent in a bureaucracy. If we look at the contemporary times, the issue of governance and administration has become more complex. So, in such a complex administration has to face complex issues, complex problems. So, generalist nature of our bureaucracy, where one exam is recruiting candidate for 22 posts, is not ideal, where some kind of specialization is needed. Then there is also limitation of 100% lifetime career civil services. Our present system is 100% lifetime career civil service. Means once we are inducting them in service, they are present there till their retirement. Second ARC says that such a system has given more security to administration personnel, and that has resulted in non-performance by administrators. Annual performance appraisals, which are conducted annually, have turned out to be more ritual and often more ineffective. So, in such a scenario, lateral entry will result in infusion of fresh talent, fresh ideas, and perspective into policy making. Then, such kind of move will also be very much productive and will put healthy pressure on lifetime civil servants. What such healthy pressure will do? They will perform well in their respective works, because if they do not perform, they will not move towards the posts like joint secretary, and government will fill those posts through lateral entries. Many experts believe that such a kind of improvement in a service will be more conducive for a democratic welfare administration. Then there is a view that there are shortages of civil servants in administration. One way of filling them is a lateral entry. If we have to quote one report, Baswan Committee in 2016 have shown that large states have, such like Bihar, MP, Rajasthan, have a deficit of 75 to over 100 officers. What Baswan Committee has said, that large states like Bihar, MP, Rajasthan have a deficit of 75 to over 100 officers. What happened because of such shortages? States are unwilling to send their officers to center for deputation. And what result because of this is a bizarre situation where a railway traffic officer works as a joint secretary in the health department. Railway traffic officer who have domain expert in railways work in a health department. Then ordnance service officials work in a Ministry of Tribal Affairs. So, lateral entry will, because of lateral entry, we will have passionate and competent educationist as an education secretary, passionate welfare economist managing poverty alleviation programs. Then, another viewpoint in argument in case of lateral entry is that IS as a service was designed when state was very much powerful. In contemporary times, especially after 1991 liberalization, we have seen that state's role have decreased, and such decreased role demands that civil servant should play a role of facilitator instead of their traditional role of regulator. So lateral entry in a one way will serve that purpose. Many experts believe that though they are in a favor of lateral entry, they believe that such lateral entry should be fair and egalitarian entry. They believe that current happenings in India's case, wide discretionary power are given to UPSC and government for selection. So they believe that such a system is not fair and egalitarian in its conception. So one of the way or one of the solution for decreasing the discretionary power is that they say that UPSC should publish the list of the candidates shortlisted and rejected for the interview, as well as UPSC should give information about social category and how each candidate stands on the above shortlisted criteria. So we have seen what are arguments in favor of the lateral entry move. So now we will see what are the arguments against the move. What we have seen in a notification given by UPSC, they are looking for willing, motivated and talented candidate for nation building. Critics are asking whether current UPSC examination is failing to ensure such willing, motivated and talented candidate for nation building. Then there is the issue of reservation. Many argue that move by government is one way bypassing the current reservation regime. So what we come across a question that are these contractual appointments not open for quotas? So through lateral entries for joint secretaries, directors, government will appoint them for 3 to 5 year contracts. So what, as a civil servant, aspiring civil servant, we should ask question, are these contractual appointments not open for quotas? For that we have to see some technical issues. May 15, 2018 circular of Ministry of DOPT says that in the respect of appointments to central government posts and services, there shall be reservation for ST, OBC in temporary appointments which are to be last for 45 days or more. Means when temporary appointments are for more than 45 days, reservation should be there for SC, ST and OBC. And all, but DOPT further state that such a reservation will not be applicable for posts when they are recruiting posts up to 3 posts. Means when there are posts, when they are recruiting for more than 3 posts, reservation will apply. So in this context, we have to analyze why reservation does not apply to current post. So information sought by Indian Express have given information from government that in a single post cadre, when government is recruiting single post, cadre reservation does not apply. And government, instead of considering this post as a group post, means 9 posts, 27 posts, they are considering it as a single post. So each post to be filled under this scheme is a single post, reservation is not applicable. In 2019, government appointed 9 posts under lateral entry. They do not consider them as a group of 9 posts. Instead, they considered it as a single one post. So they bypass in a way a reservation. Then another issue with lateral entry is that work culture is different of government and private sector. Many experts such as NC Saxena, who was former secretary to Planning Commission, state that laterally hired bureaucrats will need more training and support to contribute effectively in policy making. As work culture is different, they have no prior experience of governance and administration. Government have to invest more in their training. As they are recruited for shorter period of 3 to 5 years, such a small period is not conducive for their understanding of government. If you have seen those recruited from 2019, one did not join and one resigned to return to the private sector. Such shows that implementation will have various issues. Then there is expert Peter Drucker, who is considered as a founder of modern management. In his book Managing the Public Service Institution, which he wrote in 1973, he states that there is no reason to believe that business managers put in a control of public service institutions would do better than the bureaucrats. Indeed, we know that they immediately become bureaucrats themselves. I again state what he said. There is no reason to believe that a business managers put in a control of public service institutions would do better than the bureaucrats. Indeed, we know that they immediately become bureaucrats in themselves. He gave various examples to substantiate his point from America. In America, after World War II, various business executives who were experts in their respective domains were given position in the government, and they performed very poorly in administration because they got bogged down by the procedure, red tapeism, which they faced in the government. So the primary issue is not that we lack work. We have to change the work culture in the government. We have to simplify the procedure. We have to end red tapeism. So instead of doing that, instead of addressing the structural problem, we are simplifying problem. In Indian context, if you have come across the news by wire on 21st September 2020, The title of the news was "Lateral Entry Experts Have Become Like Any IAS Officer a Year into Recruitment." So the Peter Drucker statement is seen to be true in Indian context also. Then if we see the work of UPSC is seen as a watchdog of merit system. UPSC has done a commendable job by insulating the recruitments from the political patronage. So if we want expert domain, we should do that from the perspective of from the formal UPSC procedures. Professor Land Pritchett of Harvard University, in 2010 says that I have worked for a World Bank and it employs really brilliant people. He says that I have worked for a World Bank and it employs a really brilliant people. I think the Indian elite and many Indian government officials in the IAS are even better than the World Bank brains. He thinks that Indian elite and many Indian government officials in the IAS are even better than the World Bank brains. So this shows that problem is not that we do not have domain knowledge. Our IAS officers are less competent. We should change our system from within instead of hiring from the outside professionals. Then if we look at the normal recruiting procedures, first the candidate have to pass a toughest examination, considered as one of the toughest examination in the world. Then after coming into service, at least he have to serve for 20 years. Then he can go to the level of joint secretary. If we consider the lateral entry, then 15-year experience into public domain will be sufficient. So what this shows is that there is no level playing field between a seasoned bureaucrat or a traditional bureaucrat and a lateral entrant. So this system will demoralize the normal civil servant, permanent civil servants. Also will face a legal challenge. How? Our constitution in Article 14 states that equality before law and equal protection of law. So if government is if lateral entry is not a level playing field, then such legal challenge will arise on the basis of Article 14. Another point put forth in the favor of lateral entry is that it will help in shortages which are facing in current civil servants. If we look at the shortages, there are about 22.48% shortage or 1,510 officers for IAS cadre. What are the shortages? 22.48% or 1,510 officers for IAS cadre. If you look at the combined vacancies of IAS and IPS, there are 2,418 officers vacancies. So lateral entry at this minuscule scale or small scale will have a negligible impact. So we have looked at an argument in favor and argument against the lateral entry. If we have to take a stand in exam in concluding part, we have to take a middle path stating that at a time government move of lateral entry is a welcome step, but at the same time parallelly we should parallelly do comprehensive reforms in civil services. Thank you.